everyone, my name is Dina, and today I'm back with another video for PotomacBeads. Today I'm going to show you how to make my lucky earrings. So gather up those supplies that are listed down below, as well as your bead on it board. Meet me back and I'll show you the first step. Alright, so for your first step, you're going to need to get your needle and thread out and ready to go. Today I'm having to use the green color of the Wildfire, the 0.006. And my white one that I did, the other colorway, this one I did use the Dragonthread size 8, and you'll see that down in the description as well for the green thread as well. The reason for that is that I ordered my green size 8, and it hasn't gotten to the house just yet because we had a hurricane last week. So it's on its way, but I needed to get this video done for y'all. So I'm starting off with the Wildfire. I've got about 3 feet on the needle right now, and I have a stop bead down at the bottom. Now this is the same color of the beads that we're using in the product, so if you get confused on which beads are which, then use a different color bead, because sometimes that can be a problem. So our first step, we're going to start with our PieDuos. I have my 2 different colors of PieDuos, and we only have just the 4 of the alternate color, and that's only because when I did this one as my example that I wanted to do, I only had 8 of the Silver Splash black ones. So I wanted to figure out what to do, so you don't have to do 2 different colors if you don't want to. You can do it all in one color. You can use 4 or 5 different colors, you know, whatever floats your boat on that. So to start off, we're going to start from the PieDuo, going from the inner side, or the pointed side, towards the outer side, or the crust side. Now I interchange this all the time, but the inner side is the point, and the outer side is the crust. So whatever choice of words that I end up saying, that's what I mean. And then pick up an 11-0. Then we're going to go ahead and pick up one of our alternate colors, but from the outer towards the inner. And then we're going to pick up another of our original colors from the inner towards the outer. And then 3 more 11s. And we get this all to sit down near that stop bead. And then when we orient everything correctly, it should look like that. Now we're going to go through that open hole of the PieDuo that we're coming out of right now. Oops. And then pull tight and make sure there's no threads showing. Then we're going to pick up one of our alternate PieDuos from the inner towards the outer. Another 11-0. Then we're going to go through that open hole of the original PieDuo, which will orient your beads in that fashion. So this is essentially what we're doing all the way around 4 times. So I'll go through this one more time, except we're going to use all of the solid colors, all of the original colors on this part. So we're going to pick up PieDuo inside to the out, picking up an 11-0, a PieDuo from the outside to the in, a third PieDuo from the inside to the out, and then 3 more 11s. Let all of that fall down to your working product. And then once you get the beads oriented correctly, you don't have to do this. If you just know which hole that you need to go through, then go ahead and do that. I'm just doing that just for those that are not quite as familiar with the PieDuos. So doing it like this, go down your open hole of your outer PieDuo, pick up another PieDuo from the inside to the out, and a levo, and go through the open hole of the original PieDuo. And that's the way it's going to look. So go ahead and complete the other 2 sections. The third section is going to be the same as the first, so you're going to use your alternate color if you're choosing to do so. And then that 4th section is going to be the same as the second one. So if you have to think of it this way, just whatever is directly across from each other are the colors that you're going to be using if you choose to do it that way. So go ahead and get that part done and meet me back and I'll show you the next step. So I just added my last section, the fourth side to the earring, and I'm back to where I am at the original thread, the stop thread. So I went ahead and I loosened my stop bead. I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot, and then that way I can take my stop bead off and everything and get that out of the way. So just make sure nothing flips around. This can be a little bit fumbly, and I apologize for that if that ends up being the case, but just take your time. Do it slowly. Make sure your beads are in the right orientation. See how that one kind of got flipped around a little bit? So just make sure they're in the right orientation, and then just take your time with making your knot. Right over left, left over right. I think I may have done that knot backwards, but that is okay. It'll work out in the end. Okay, I'm going to put that stop thread back to the back. Take that stop bead out so I can reuse it if I need to. And then now we're going to get ready for that next step. So we're coming out of this fourth PieDuo, and then this is our first PieDuo. So we're going to go up that first hole, which is right next to where that knot's at, so just be careful. Go through your 11, the 2 PieDuos, and then come out. If you can, may have to take this a couple of beads at a time. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And then you want to come out of that second PieDuo. And don't catch on to any of the 11s, because we'll be adding 11s around the edge now. So we'll go through them eventually, but just not yet. Okay, so now I'm set up for the next step. So pick up 4 11s. You're coming out of your green PieDuo up here at the top. Your open hole of your next PieDuo is over here. So we're going to go down the open hole of the next PieDuo in line. Now pick up 1 11-0, and then you're going to go up the PieDuo, the open hole in the next PieDuo in line now. Now you're on this side of this point, so pick up 4 of your 11-0s, and then we're going to go through the 3 11-0s on the top of the middle PieDuo. And so now we're set up to repeat the other sides. So 4 11s, go down the next PieDuo, then 1 11, up the next one, and then 4 through the 3 at the top, and now you're set up to do the other 2 sides. So go ahead and complete those other 2 sides, and then meet me back and I'll show you the next step. So my thread is coming out of the original 3 seed beads up here at the top in the top section that we made. So what we're going to do on this step is we're going to fill in these sections right here. Pretty simple. Just go through the next 4 seed beads on the outer edge, and all you do is you add 6 seed beads in between. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let me just go ahead and say this now before I forget. I am using Miyuki size 11-0s. If you are using Tohos, you're going to have different counts. If you're using check beads, you're going to have different counts. The newer Azuki beads, you're probably going to have different counts. So just play around with it and see what fits. Try not to overdo the amount of beads that are in between everything, and try not to underdo it also. Because if you add too many beads, it'll be wobbly. If you add not enough beads, it'll be wobbly as well. So you just add your 6 in between if you're using the Miyukis. And even sometimes in the Miyukis, you have to just kind of play with the counts, because every once in a while, some beads may be just slightly bigger than the others. Just play around with it. Do what looks best for your earring. This would also look really good as a pendant as well. But I'm just doing this right away in this fashion because this is such a short portion. And it's pretty simple, just kind of following the edge. It also puts another thread path through your outer beads, so it makes it a little bit more stable. So if you do decide to wear it as a pendant, then you should be able to have a little bit more stability. Now I'm back around to the beginning, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my last 6 beads, and then I'm going to come through, I'm going to finish going through that middle, or that second bead out of the first 3 that we added at the very beginning. So it's that very top bead. And the reason for that is I'm going to add my wire guard now, because this is how I'm going to orient my earring. Now, of course, if you want to orient it like a square, perfectly fine. If you want to orient it to where your alternate colors are on the outer side rather than up and down, that's fine too. Whatever it is that you want your earring to look like. So I'm grabbing my wire guard, going up the one side, and then down the other. Whoops. And then I'm going to pinch my wire guard at the tip, so that way it kind of sits a little bit better on top of the 11-0. I'm going to go through that 11-0, and then I'm going to go through the wire guard one more time. Usually with the thicker threads, you only have to go through these twice. I always like to go through wire guards at least twice. Sometimes you'll see me do it 3 or 4 times, especially if I'm using the size 6 dragon thread. That's something I do commonly. It's completely up to you and what you're wanting to do with it and everything. But after that, your earring is pretty much almost done. So I'm just going to go through a couple of beads, going back through that original 11-0 again, so that way your wire guard is sitting on top. Go through a couple of beads, and then we're going to do a couple of little knots. And I have plenty of thread left over to be able to do the second earring. Even though I've already done a second earring, maybe I'll make myself a pendant to go along with it. So I went through, did a little knot. I'm going to do one more knot. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get over to those green PieDuos that are along the edge here. So, sorry, I'm having to make sure that I can see what I'm doing. I'm to that age now. I can't see everything very clearly anymore. So, but I'm trying to get over to those PieDuos that are green. I'm going to go through up here until I get to that center PieDuo. And then I'm just going to go down the PieDuo because I'm to that bead now. Go to the back side, and since I already have a couple of knots, just wiggle your needle through because it might be a little tight. And then that's where you can burn off. The thread, and then burn down that part. Then you take your ear wire, which I'm using one of these fish hooks, I believe they're called. I'm going to open it up, so I'm going to twist it to the side. See how it's twisted to the side? And in this particular instance, usually you can get the wire guard to just pop on the top of it. And of course today it's not going to work. So I'm going to go through the wire guard with the post and up and around, making sure the front of my product is facing outwards. Close it back up by twisting it, and your earring's complete. Thanks so much for watching my Lucky Earrings tutorial. So I have them on so that way you can kind of see what they're going to look like and everything. They're not heavy at all. They're very lightweight, and it's very nice little design and everything. So I hope you like it. Now don't forget to like and subscribe so that way you'll know when Potomac Beads comes out with other new videos for everybody to enjoy. And take pictures of your products. We love to see them on Facebook, and I get all giddy and happy when I see everybody making my tutorials because I think it's kind of cool. So go ahead and do that as well. And get ready for the next video because I know it's going to be a good one.